These 4 moves. When I go outside, I'll do a lot more. I'll do one of the entire set. But just so you can be familiar with, the broadsword is held in such a manner, and all swords have similar patterns to swing them. So the broadsword, the samurai sword are the same. The katana is the same thing, the way you swing them with one hand. But the unique thing about the broadsword is the handle is more agronomic as far as grasping it. You know, it has that little bend in it, some more than others. It's very narrow. But when you start with it, it's always started in the left hand with the thumb this way over the handle. And you would be this way, and you would bow, and then you discharge the weapon in this fashion, stepping forward with the right foot, lowering the scabbard, and drawing. Now there's another way of drawing. This is similar to that. Same thing. Left hand, you bow, step forward with the right foot, and then draw this way. Drawing out that way. The hand can be under or over, and draw out that way. All right. Now you can hang on to the scabbard because you don't retrieve the weapon in the same fashion as you would do a katana. You don't just slip it back in there after it's finished. Because typically when the broadsword was taken out, it was not put back in until the job was finished. It's unlike Japanese style of sword fighting, where you draw and retrieve. Okay, now you draw. You have a low cut. That way. That's a low cut. And the wonderful thing about it is the slicing done this way. Slicing. Keep the head straight up. Don't bend the head down. Okay? When the wrist flips over, it comes up to about eye level, and then moves up over the head and comes straight across. Keep your head level. Don't bob around with it. All right? That's the arch. The arch strike. It's an upward strike. It's also called an arch strike. It's done that way. The sword comes right in front of you and comes around. Okay? The attack positions are similar. You have the forward attack position and the rear attack position. Looks familiar, doesn't it? Because samurai, all sword fighting, for the most part, in Asia, more or less originated from China, from the Shaolin styles and earlier. So that's where they were exported to Japan, and of course they fashioned their own methods, just like they did with karate, when they extracted white crane and made it into karate, and that came up from Okinawa. All right, you have that. That's the reverse style, reverse charging style. And this is the attack style, reverse attack, forward attack. And then you have the overhead. This is standard overhead. This is the best. I prefer the forward style. This is one I prefer because you can block. You block similar with the this weapon as you do with the broadsword. With the back of the weapon, you would block that way. You turn the weapon over, blocking. All right, it's a swing block. It's a swing block. I'm just turning my wrists with the weapon. Of course, this is a very small place to be swinging something like this, so I'm modifying all my strokes. But that's what it is. Swing block. Same type overhead block with the slice. Overhead, slice, overhead, slice. This overhead is typically slicing under the armpits in a higher stroke. This overhead is typically going to legs with a low stroke. You notice I'm calling them strokes instead of strikes. That's just a word that's used in broadsword community. Chinese broadsword, you take strokes with it. Because it's normally a broadsword is very heavy. And they have dandaos, that's the Chinese name for it. And they're long and heavy. They're for bashing through armor and stuff like that on the battlefield. But this is the typical length right here, which is 30 inches. 30 to 32 inches is the typical length. Okay, so you have this upper, you're cutting here. That block, you're cutting there. With this wing type block, that's a parry. You block, parry. Block, parry. Okay? Now, notice how far the sword goes down. I blocked and I parried. It goes down like that. See the wrist? It goes to the wrist locks. And it's brought up by the arm. It's brought up by the arm. The muscles in the arm. So if you were to go like block, parry. Block, parry. Okay? That's all it is to it. Because the weight of the sword and the slashing design of the front will allow it to cut through and cause serious damage. Similar cuts like the tornado. That's what you have. You have tornado swords. Those two swords that you have is used for the tornado sword, which I know that style too. But very rare you're going to be carrying two swords around with you. But now watch. This is a 3-angle cut. Parry, slice, slice. Ooh. Okay, that's a 3-angle cut. Parry, slice, slice, up. And you always come back to your form of whatever position that you've chosen to be in. You're always going to come back to that position. Like I said, this is mine. I always like forward positions because it allows you to attack multiple opponents. If you're against one opponent, this is a good position to be in because it's deceptive. It makes them swing, but you're not really open because they're going to swing to this raw side. The side of the sword is not on, it's called raw. This is the raw side. And now, since you always, for the most part, keep your scabbard when you draw a broadsword, you can block and finish. Or you could do a circular block and finish. Or you could do a blind parry. Just straight across. So they're coming in. Let's say they're trying to stab you. You can just go whoop. So that's the beauty of having it in this position when you're fighting one person. It lures them in. But when you fight multiple people, you want to be out there. You want to be able to swing to any place you want to go. Look at the forward foot. Swing, swing. Swing, swing. I'm not going all the way through because my sword will be off camera. So I'm just going half. But when you do swing all to the left or right, you're going here. Shoot! You're going 25% past the target, but you're not locking the shoulder. The shoulders stay rolled forward. Remember that. Do not do this. Always keep the forward roll on the shoulders. Roll forward. And roll forward. Keep the curve in the arm. This finger locks out. And that balances it. That gives you your wrist a lot more support. That finger. And that's how you roll out. a rollout cut because you're going away. You're rolling out. If you hear someone's to that side, I'm going to do a rollout cut. And now watch. I'm going to do a break and retrieve. I broke. See? I broke, and retrieve. Rollout cut. Broke, cut. Okay? Same thing, it's a rollout cut. I'm rolling out. It's a circle, I'm rolling, and I'm cutting. But I'm moving out, so it's a rollout cut. That's how you do it to the right-hand side. That's how you do it on the left-hand side. And then I will finish with a bridge cut. And then come back to the forward position. All right? So when you're fighting, that's the beauty of it. Now, if you're doing a chop, similar like in the with the katana, you're doing the chop to this fella, and you don't want him, you would simply chop. You just chop it. It almost touches the shoulder, but it's here. And it goes to here. That's its base. So it's going again. A quarter. 25% pass. 25% pass. That's where it stops. So you're here. You'll go shoot, shoot. That's what makes it fast. You're going here, and with the same momentum, you're taking it from there to there. So it's here. Shoot, shoot. Break it. Brought it back in. And the last thing I'm going to show on this, tomorrow I'll show you a whole demonstration of a form. But I'm just showing you these basic cuts so you understand how this thing moves and how to use it. The feet are in a running comfortable position. All right, now, this is a galloping cut. Oh boy, I don't know if I can get this on camera or not. But it comes this way. I'm going to step very slowly. It comes this way. Around, over the head like that. Whee! Comes over and slice. And then comes over again, gallop, and slice. Okay? Here, hip, boom, boom. Two cuts like that. This is a reverse cut. Gotta make some room. Imagine I'm stepping out like this when I thrust. I'm going like this. I'm here. And I'm stepping straight forward. Make sure that thing is straight. Stepping straight forward. Here, fighting position. You're going straight forward with it. See how the shoulder hunched? That's to put weight on my sword. I'm punching with my shoulders to push that weight into the sword. So anyway, I'm here. Oh, I did a straight thrust. Oh, and now watch how the sword goes. As I walk up into the sword. I do not draw it back. Oh, I walk up into the sword with this body touching and shoot. Okay, one more time. Yo, remember I thrust forward. I stepped way out. Yo. Then I'm stepping up to the sword. Look at the feet. How that left foot went all the way over. How the sword touching the body. Then I spin with the sword on my body. And release. Shoot. Okay? So there's 4 strokes. Beautiful broadsword. The same strokes that you practice on a broadsword can be used with a machete or a long knife. Any knife that's 7 or more inches long, you can use the same types of strokes as you would a broadsword. You can still use the same type of movements. You just have to compensate for the length, that's all. And of course, a machete, anything like that. But that's it. Just a little interesting part of history and stuff.